Hi, and welcome to Letter Appraisal LLC's video series. Appraisal is an integral part of buying, selling, and managing property and business assets in modern times. However, as management practices evolve, so do the regulations governing the practice of appraisal. In this video, we will be discussing a bygone appraisal report format known as the letter report. Modern appraisal practice is governed by the Uniform Standards of Professional Appraisal Practice, also known as USPAP. The purpose of USPAP is to ensure the reliability and credibility of appraisals for the public. We cover the topic of USPAP in much more detail in some of our other videos. USPAP allows appraisers to offer a wide range of report formats to clients, from minimal form reporting formats to extensive full narrative report formats, so long as the appraiser determines that the selected format is appropriate for the client's purpose and use for the appraisal. For example, a highly summarized report might be appropriate for a client looking to set the listing price for their property, but might not be appropriate for use in underwriting a bank loan or for use in litigation. Essentially, under USPAP, appraisers have two general reporting options: restricted appraisal reports and appraisal reports. Restricted reports are written for the client's use only, with no other intended users. The client must have the experience and knowledge required to understand and use the report. Restricted reports are not always suitable for every client, and this format is utilized less frequently than full appraisal reports. Non-restricted appraisal reports are also written for the client, but often also for one or more other intended users, and the full report will frequently contain more extensive documentation. These non-restricted reports can be extensive or summarized. An extensive report might be hundreds of pages in length and are often used for governmental or legal purposes. A summarized report is suitable when extensive research and analysis is not required, and as such, some topics in the report might be limited accordingly. The purpose for allowing the range of report formats is to allow for potential time and cost savings for the client. Narrative appraisal reports are generally more expensive than restricted appraisal reports, but restricted appraisal report formats are not suitable for all clients or purposes. Years ago, prior to the current version of USPAP, some appraisers provided what were called letter appraisals. Letter appraisals were highly summarized reports resembling business letters and were often only a page or two in length. The goals of a letter report were to save on appraisal fees and to expedite the appraisal process. Presumably, an appraiser could prepare a letter report of just a few pages more quickly and less expensively than a standard narrative report of 25 to 100 pages or more. Unfortunately, that old-fashioned letter report would not meet USPAP standards today. They are too abbreviated to meet minimal required standards of quality assurance. Furthermore, the rules about scope of work and work file creation and retention under USPAP require the appraiser to complete the same research and analysis and follow the same document creation and preservation guidelines as are required for the longer report formats. Notably, these activities tend to be the most expensive and time-consuming part of completing an appraisal anyway. Therefore, under the current version of USPAP, there would be little time or cost savings by delivering a letter report. Additionally, under USPAP Rule Number 2, record keeping is mandatory for all types of appraisals. Appraisers must organize and preserve the required research and analysis work in the official work file, which must be maintained by the appraiser for years. That preservation work is as demanding as and resembles writing a report. The USPAP work file often resembles what many call a report to the file. Today, the shortest appropriate appraisal reports, whether restricted or just summarized, often need to be more than a few dozen pages long and would not be identifiable as a letter-type report format. Since the appraiser must already compile and maintain the work file in a form very similar to that required for an appraisal report, the client and the appraiser frequently find greater benefit from simply reporting the contents of that work file material to the client in the form of a narrative appraisal report. USPAP requires a large number of mandatory disclosures to be maintained in the work file, even if not contained in the report, such that if each item amounted to even just one paragraph, the reporting on these topics could easily comprise 10 to 25 pages by themselves. Ultimately, letter reports are outdated and provide no benefit in modern appraisals, either for the client or the appraiser. With USPAP as a benchmark, appraisals today are held to a higher standard than they were in the past, and the requirements continue to evolve. Most importantly, appraisals today should be objective, unbiased, and thorough reports on value, without the intention to try to bypass necessary steps, which is all in the client's best interest. We will cover many of the topics mentioned in this video in full detail in other videos. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to see more content like this.